Hey everybody, it's Monica. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be doing our sublimation on Cricut t-shirts as well as a sublimation hack using DTF transfer film and DTF powder. And we're also going to be doing our Cricut cap finally. I want to apologize first and foremost for not being on camera this week and also for my video coming up late. I apologize for that. I, once again, am fighting a headache. I can't seem to shake it, and I don't want to keep going on and on about that. So if you're interested, please stick around, and that's coming up next. Alright guys, we are starting on our shirts for Cricut blanks. Initially I had a youth medium kids, and I'm making a shirt for my niece, but this is actually a little small for her. She's 12 years old, but she likes wearing her shirts are a little bit bigger. And this is quite a bit small. And this is actually a little perfect for her. She likes to wear her shirts a little baggy. So I'm going to use an adult medium. An adult small would be better, but this is what I have. And I don't want to put this off. I'm not going to get out of my house until tomorrow. And this is what I'm going to go with. So I have this ready to go. This is the image I chose for her. She loves boba. Just printed this out. I have another image printing for my nephew. It just says, "You had me at boba." So I'm just going to use my little handy dandy lint roller here. Make sure I get all of these things off of here. Okay guys, here is the image for my nephew. He loves Naruto, if that's how you pronounce it. That is going to be his. I already went through my lint roller. There's that one. We'll go ahead and move on to the heat press, do these two shirts, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Here we go. For the Cricut shirts, it was $3.85 for 40 seconds. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause right here, wait for my heat press to heat up, and then I'll meet you at my heat press. Alright guys, I have my pressing mat on my heat press just for extra pressure. Anytime I sublimate, I'd rather do that just to have extra firm pressure. Because it's an auto press, I'd rather just be safe than sorry. So I'm just going to do a quick pre-press just to take out any moisture. And I do have it at 385 for 40 seconds initially, but we're just doing it for a few seconds for moisture. Okay, now I'm going to insert a piece of okay, now I'm going to put a piece of butcher paper between the front and back of the shirt just to protect the back from transferring anything to the back. Always want to do that when you're doing any type of sublimation. Always want to do that. Okay. Okay. Now I need to get my little handy dandy guide here just to make sure it is centered. Sometimes I wonder if these actually work because I always find myself second guessing. I feel like I always struggle with this part. Okay. Here's my image. I gotta move my shirt up because it's hanging off the edge of that pressing mat, so now I need to just push it up a little bit. There we go. Now I gotta get another piece of butcher paper. I'm pretty sure I won't be disappointed with this, you guys. Sorry, I'm kind of folding it down. Just make sure it doesn't lift up at all. All right, here we go. Moment of truth, guys. You could see slightly the images, so you don't ever want to reuse these after you've used these. Yay! How cute! Alright, let's take that out of there. Look how cute that is. Oh, I love it. That came out adorable. Alright, now let's do my nephews. Little shirt. He's a little guy. Same thing, I'm just going to pre-press this for a few seconds. Just a few seconds to get out any moisture. And I've already rolled it with a lint roller. Might do it again just to be on the safe side. I don't think I did that with my nieces, but hers came out pretty good. Doesn't hurt, right? Okay. A fresh, clean piece of... I think I might fold this one in half since this shirt's smaller. Put this in the middle. All right. Here's the image. This one I'm just going to eyeball it. Since the shirt's smaller, it's a lot easier to kind of eyeball. Make sure it's not upside down. All right. Pretty easy to line up. It literally is edge to edge, so that's kind of a nice little surprise. Okay. Now, again, I gotta fold this because I have a roll and I have to, it always curls up on me, so. Protect my surface here. All right, there we go. Okay, let's see how this one turned out. I'm sure it's gonna be just as nice. Oh yeah. He is going to love this. Pretty vibrant. Very nice. All right. 2 for 2. Okay. Now we're going to move on to our sublimation hack. Let's go. Okay, you guys. The next 2 samples I'm going to make for our sublimation shirts on cotton, or the sublimation hack, or the DTF transfer for cotton shirts, and I'm using this premium DTF powder. I bought these on Amazon. Most of them are the other brand of DTF, which is by Sublimation. This is a different brand, as well as this film here. This is the A4 size. I've already got my images selected, so I'm going to take a couple of sheets of this. And because the film, and it tells you this is the print side, so I'm literally going to have to load them just like this in my printer. And I'm going to try to get you as close to my printer as possible just so you can see what I'm talking about. But I'm going to pause right here, set you guys up so you can see my printer, and I'm going to have my printer kind of loaded with a thick amount of paper. Otherwise, just because the paper is a very slippery film, otherwise it won't feed. I had an issue doing this before, but I've kind of, from watching other videos, I have kind of noticed as long as I have a nice thick little amount of paper behind it, it'll feed just fine. So you will see that in just a moment. Now you guys, because this is printed on the DTF film, we have to get this DTF powder on this right away. So I am going to sprinkle this liberally. And please excuse my printer, it's printing the other image. Alright. I'm just going to make sure this gets on this as best as possible, just back and forth. Make sure it covers every little spot where the ink printed out. Because of my migraines, I normally would be wearing my little whatever that mask is. Alright. Should be wearing my little mask here, but I'm not, and that's my bad. Alright. Okay. Alright, all the powder's on here. Let me get my powder back into the package before we go on anymore. Don't want to get this anywhere else. It's going to take a bit for that image to print on the other one. Put this back in. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Move that to the side. Now, I don't have one of those heat presses where you can just set it under there for about a minute. What I'm going to use is my little heat gun just to go ahead and cure the powder on here to make it kind of like a little bit of just to cure it, and you'll see what I mean. I'm just going to apply a little bit of heat on this. So I will mute this as I go in and edit. But you'll see what I'm talking about as it starts kind of curing. You'll see it'll start getting a nice glossy effect on here. Okay, for this DTF film, or direct to film transfer film, it says the temperature should be 325 degrees for 15 seconds. I'm putting it for 20 seconds just to be on the safe side. I think I did that with one of my shirts that I did a while back. And it is, you're supposed to wait about 15 seconds or when it cools down completely before you peel off the film. I think I did that last time and I almost messed it up, so I'd rather just wait till it cools off completely. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a 5-second pre-press just to take out any moisture. I've just lint rolled it just to make sure there's no moisture in there. And this is just for demonstration purposes only. This is an old shirt that I hadn't planned on using because it got stained somehow when I was trying to take an inventory of all my shirts. So it is what it is. All right. Here is my image. Again, this is not, it is sublimation ink, but it is with the DTF powder. It is not going to adhere into the fabric. It's going to sit on top of the fabric. So it's not going to be the same as where you use a polyester shirt and it pretty much goes into the fabric. This is going to sit on top of the fabric. So it does the same job, but the good thing with this is you can use it on cotton. So if you don't have the money and the supplies to use sublimation, this is just another route to go if you choose to do that. So just a nice little thing. I'm just going to play it by ear again. This is just a shirt that I somehow stained, and we're just going to play with that one. Let me find my... I do have a piece of butcher paper from last time, and it's fine. All right, 20 seconds at 325 degrees. Okay, I'm gonna pause right here and let it cool completely before I do the reveal. I can already see somewhere I messed up, you guys, and I'll show you here in just a minute. Looks great, but here we go, right here. Right there. It obviously shifted a little bit when the press went down, right here. That's called ghosting. And same over here, just a little bit. But again, this is a demonstration purposes only. Now, if you don't want this sheen on it, you can do another little press and it kind of gives it a more matte effect. Otherwise, it would have turned out amazing. But again, this is just for demonstration purposes only. And that is another way around to do a sublimation hack. So let's move on to the cosmetic bag and our other image. Here's the cosmetic bag. Lint roll here. Actually, let's see. I'll do it this way because I want to make sure I don't do it on the side that the little tag's going to be on. Yeah. Right here like this. And I'm probably going to make sure I tape this one just to be on the safe side. All right. Line it up as best as I can. Get my tape. Just a couple of pieces. Rather be on the safe side on this one because this is not for demonstration purposes. This I will be keeping for myself. All right. Here goes nothing. All right, let me let this cool down and I will be right back. Okay, here we go. Oh, you see? That's not ready, and I think I already messed it up. I might have to press this again. I might actually flip it this way. Could be a pressure thing. And that's my own fault for maybe trying to press it too soon. I'll just do it for like 10 seconds. I don't know if you saw it kind of lifting up, and it was already cooled down. So it could be something with the pressure. All right, let's give it a little time here. Trial and error, guys. Isn't that the case usually on all these things? Man, I really don't want to mess this one up. It's so cute. It was right here, right where the S is. Now I could have put a pressing pillow right here, but this is soft, so it could have just dug in right here. It could be the zipper, but it's happening right here, so I don't know. We shall see. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Okay. All right, let me find a pressing pillow. Maybe I'm overdoing it now. Or maybe I'm just going to have to start over. I don't know. Is this overkill, you guys? I don't know. Maybe I overbaked it now. You know what? It is what it is. Let's try it again. Maybe I overbaked it. We will find out. Just 10 seconds. Oh yeah, let me pause and let it cool completely. Okay, I turned off my heat press, guys. Now I'm just gonna actually start from this side. Let's hope I salvage this. Ugh, I don't know. Let's just start from the bottom. I'm worried about the top part. Oh yay, okay, it's not terrible. Okay, yeah, it's a little messed up right there, but it's okay, it's for me anyway. Came out not too bad. Still feels a little, I could do one final press, even though I just turned off my heat press. I can do one final press just to give it that matte look. Actually, I'm gonna have to turn it back on just so it can do that final little matte look. I don't want that glossy look on it. Okay. Oh, of course I'm gonna mess this up. Oh no. That's my own fault. There it goes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, much better. Now it's a little more in the fabric. Perfect. All right. With the exception of this, and maybe a tiny bit right here, but it's still, all in all, not a complete fail. All right. Now we're gonna move on to my nephew's cap, finally. Okay guys, now to move on to my nephew's Cricut trucker hat, finally. Alright, it says here to set the temperature between 320 and 350 degrees. Here is my, you can see it right here, my cap press. I am getting that set up at 350 degrees for 40 seconds. Here is my cap. I'm going to go ahead and get it set up here on the press. Making sure it's all set up here. Now the image that he wanted, here's my time and temp that I wrote down for my trucker's hat. 320 degrees to 350 degrees, 30 to 40 seconds. I just went on the higher side because I've never used this type of hat before. I've only done heat transfer vinyl on regular caps. All right, I'll set that aside. Here's the image he chose. Now I decided to go a little bit bigger because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of tear the edges on the sides and kind of measure as I go until I get it to match the sides over here. Honestly, I would have liked him to have chosen something that would have gone a little bit better, but I'm just kind of playing along with it. I think this will go, I mean, it's a nice image. It's just, I have to play around with the edges a little bit just to kind of go a little bit better with, I mean, these kind of hats aren't the greatest to play around with as far as sublimation, and the shape of this is very standard, so I just kind of have to play around with it. So bear with me, you guys, as I play around with this. So I'm going to start, oops, almost burned myself there, y'all. Let me move this over while that heats up, and I'm just gonna start kind of just tearing out the edges just a little bit and kind of working my way. I'm gonna just do that starting here because I want it to look natural, right? And I'm probably gonna try to manipulate the corners just so that it could fit the shape of the cap as best as I can. You see, this part doesn't matter because there's nothing on there, so I just kind of have to play around with it until, see, like up here, like the width is fine, it's just this part. And because the top part up here is not very wide, I have to be very careful here to just not take so much off the top here. And what I might do is kind of just do this and just play around with doing it this way, so it could kind of be even on both sides, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to take too much off. Like, this part isn't gonna matter, but I obviously want to make sure that I get as close to the edge as possible. And then of course I'm gonna have to tape it down, so I only have this much to work with right here. So see how this folds down? I'm gonna have to kind of get this cut off as well, because this is literally up to like where this little section is of the cap, if you can see right here. That's as far as I can go, really. So I literally have about this much to work with, so I think I need to, and I'm kind of glad that this is, I'm not cutting them off at all, so I need to kind of probably do this, and I hate doing that, but I'm glad I made the picture bigger for this specific reason, right? So at least I have that going for me. And just kind of work my way around until I get to it. I don't want any ghosting. I mean, that might happen, unfortunately, but that's just the name of the game. But I have never sublimated on a cap, so I just have to kind of, I'm fine with the bottom the way it is. I might just kind of clean it up a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't want to cut off too much of the bottom, and it's fine because this is going to be fine. It's pretty flat as it is. It's not such a big issue. It's the top part that I have an issue with. Oh man. It's still a little too rounded. See right here? Okay. Yeah, it's still a little too much. I need to cut off a little more. Just kind of make it, I mean, I hate this, but gotta work with what you have. Is it my first choice? No, I would not have chosen this image, but this is what he wanted, and that's okay with me. I've never done this type of image. I've never actually sublimated anything on a cap, so it is what it is. It's okay. Now this kind of looks like it's too, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I need to kind of cut some off right here. It's a little too, all right, let's try this. Looks good. Okay, that looks good. Now I need to do these corners right here just a little bit. All right, it looks like our cap press is ready to go. Now I just need to get my heat tape. And I also need to lint roll. Let me get my lint roller and my heat tape. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me set you guys up. I apologize if my camera's kind of not at the right angle, but I'm trying to get you guys to get the best view. Again, I've never done this. This is a learning process for me on this. We are learning together. Very interesting, of course. Okay, let's take out, I might have to lift you guys up a little bit to lower the knob here, just so I can get the moisture out. Just for a quick second or two. Oops, excuse me, you guys. All right. I'm gonna have to figure this out for next time. Okay, moisture out. Now to try to center this, and I don't even know if the heat tape's gonna do anything here, but we will do our best. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. Guess we'll find out. And I got two different, yeah, I see. Some of this stuff doesn't work very good on these type of things. It is what it is. You just need to try to let it stay in place as best as possible. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this around because I could already tell. Oh no, there's like an inch on this side. I'm gonna have to be very careful when I move it. Well, that's shut on that side. I'm gonna put all kinds of tape on this side. I don't know if it'll stick or not, but I'm gonna have to be very careful and just shift the cap a little bit to the other side. It's perfect on that side. It's just, yeah, I don't know how confident I am with this one. I'm gonna have to be very careful here. All right. I'm just gonna very ever so slightly shift it over. Yeah, I don't know. This is not gonna be, I don't know how confident I am about this, you guys. I am not confident at all. This could cause it to shift a little bit. There could be ghosting. Never done this. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. Oh man. Oh no. I don't know. I'm worried, I'm not gonna lie. And this top part also has me worried. Like, should I attempt to move this down? Because I have a feeling this top part didn't even, and I could already see it. Like, should I attempt to even try to move it? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is just lift it from the bottom here, because this is just supposed to keep it in place. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna risk it. All right. Turn this off. All right. Moment of truth, guys. Ugh. I have a feeling this top part didn't really sublimate that great, but let's give it a shot. Okay, well, it's not horrible, but this is the thing with trial and error. I mean, it didn't come out terrible, but this is not an image I would have chosen for this type of a cap. But I mean, it came out okay. This type of hat press I don't think is meant to do sublimation for this type of image. I mean, it still came out good, thank God. And I'm glad that I decided to tear the edges around here. It kind of makes it gives it a more natural look here. I would have liked to have been able to do something more here, but with this type of platen that I have here, you see, you're only limited to this. And, well, all in all, this image came out pretty good considering I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I'm glad I decided to do the natural tears along the side. This was just slightly off, but it still came out pretty good. Came out all right, not too bad. As far as the this one, I love it. Of course, it shifted a little bit with the ghosting, but that's just because of I just forgot to tape it down. It shifted when the press was going down. That's my own fault, but again, this was demonstration purposes only. The shirt was stained, and it's just been sitting in my closet just waiting for something just to test on. And of course this one, which I almost messed up, but again, this is just for me. This DTF hack, I'll go into further detail. I'll probably do a devoted video on this, completely separate, a full in-depth video about DTF transfers, and another video in the future. I just wanted to do a video specifically for the Cricut sublimation shirts and then the hack along with it, just so you can get an idea. There are other options out there. There are other options as well, and we'll probably do another separate video for that. But I wanted to incorporate not just only the Cricut blank shirts, but also this hack, so you can see that there are other options, because sublimation can get kind of pricey. So just to get an idea, and I apologize if I'm not in the camera in this video. I have not been feeling great. Again, I am fighting another wretched headache. It started off with a migraine. Now it's just a weird headache, and I think it's just a fluctuation in the weather. I don't know what's going on with me, but it is what it is. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. I would try to answer you the best that I can. I appreciate you guys so much, especially those of you who do stick around until the very end. It does mean a lot. Again, I apologize for this video coming up late. I'm just noticing I did mess this up quite a bit, didn't I? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to salvage this, but again, this is for me. It's okay. Anyway, I apologize for this going up late. Again, I've been fighting this weird, funky headache. It is what it is. I don't want to keep going on and on about my headaches, but it hasn't been easy the last couple of weeks. But anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by and visiting on my channel. I truly, truly appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Again, this was part 4, our sublimation series, and we will conclude next week, God willing, on our final sublimation on our 3 different ways to sublimate on canvases. And that is probably the one that I'm most excited about, because as you saw in my craft room tour, I love doing the glitter canvases. That is one of my favorite things to do, and you will see why as I go in depth in that video. So stick around, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye, guys.